Welcome to Geneijin 101 Episode 8, and this is going to cover Hugo. First, we're going to talk about the enders, and then we'll talk about the combos, and then after that, we will talk about Oki on Hugo and approaches to it, and then we'll talk about resets, and then we'll talk about some potential stuff, just like every other video. So, as far as combos go, and all that stuff, you can do the universal combo on him. Now, as you can see there, the light punch, dash punch after the Kara is a little bit harder after a light punch shoulder. It's a little bit easier off of a medium punch, dash punch, because of the height of the forward fierce. But in general, it's hard to do because he has a hitbox similar to the twins as he's falling. Now, there are other enders against him. You can walk forward, crouch, medium, punch, up kicks, but as you can see there, it's very inconsistent as far as the spacing of it. Now, although it is possible, I highly do not suggest going for this ender. There we go. Because in most situations, only one hit of the up kicks will connect. You don't get very much special Oki against him, so to speak. So just ending the combo with a knockdown in general is going to be just as strong. Other combos obviously are going to be like shoulder, shoulder, dash punch. And that gets you a knockdown. There's again the specific combo which works on Alex and Dudley that also works on him, which is dash punch into walk forward, light punch shoulder into forward fierce into stand fierce. But unlike Alex and unlike Dudley, you can actually get a Kara dash punch off of this. So if you don't delay your heavy punch dash punch after your palm significantly, you'll end up in situations like that where you'll go under Hugo's body as he's falling, and then you'll get palm instead of shoulder. So you can either end that with standing fierce or Kara dash punch, whichever one you like more. It's very similar to the side swap ender on the Shotos that you would get if you were to hit a very deep heavy punch shoulder, or heavy punch dash punch. Now, those are essentially all of your enders, other than using Kara standing medium kick in order to get the, whatchamacallit? In order to get the walk under. Just like that. So, now let's talk about combos. Hugo's very specific as far as his combos go. He has the forward medium kick, palm. You can do up kicks off of this into a medium punch shoulder if you time it correctly for a different ender, but that will only do a cross up like this. And ideally you want to keep Hugo cornered, so I do not suggest using that ender. Consistently knocking your opponent down is the most important thing, and you'll see almost all of the top end Yuns in the world will sacrifice damage and sacrifice Oki in order to get the knockdown and then just back off of Hugo, because especially when he has SA1, you want to be nowhere near him on his wake up, because you don't want to give him parry into SPD, you don't want to give him parry into super or anything like that. So the combos that are most useful on him are forward medium kick palm, just like against Chun-Li. And you can do this 3 times. And then dash punch, and then you have your side swap. Now, standing heavy punch is more consistent than the dash punch. So just like Hugo, just like Alex and Dudley, you don't really want to be next to what's his face, Hugo, after your Geneijin anyway. So if you can manage to hit them with the standing heavy punch and stuff consistently, then that is your best option, because it keeps you far away from Hugo. You're not in SPD range. The only buttons that can hit you at this range are far stand, medium punch, and crouching medium kick, really. Everything else will whiff. Obviously, crouching medium punch will also hit, but that is high parryable, just like standing heavy punch. It's also low parryable. All of Hugo's normals are low parryable and high parryable, except for standing medium punch and standing heavy punch, which are both high parryable only. And then standing and crouching light kick and light punch are both high and low parryable. Standing medium kick is high parryable, and then crouching medium kick is a sweep, so that is low parryable only. Crouching medium punch is high and low parryable. Crouching heavy kick and standing heavy kick are both high parryable. I don't know about low parry on the butt attack, so to speak. But parrying in general against Hugo is mostly done high, just like Dudley. Claps, standing medium punch, among other things, are some of his best tools. But you also have to be wary of sweep, because sweep is, you know, a strong thing. And if spaced correctly, is very hard to punish. Sorry to get sidetracked, but the other combo is standing medium kick, standing medium punch into fierce kick, and then and then palm, walk forward, fierce kick, palm. Just kind of, it's basically similar to Alex. Where you have basically identical combos. The only difference is some of the things that you might do as far as Zembo tension. As you can get the Kara standing medium kick into the cross under shoulder on Hugo. So on Oki, you need to be outside of his max throw range in almost every case. So in situations where you might go for double shoulder into dash punch, I would do double shoulder into forward fierce so that you can get more meter and also be further away from him. Because you're more likely to be able to contest him at a further distance, and also at this distance, jump heavy punch beats backbreaker. So you're able to neutral jump and contest whatever he tries to do a lot easier. If he jumps forward, although it's not optimal, you can dash punch under him and corner yourself, which obviously you don't really want to corner yourself against him. And if he jumps, you can just backdash, or you can jump back, or whatever you want to do. This is also a range where if he tries to sweep, you can whiff punish with crouching medium kick, among other things. So that's the same reason as to why you would end with standing heavy punch, because it puts you out of range of a lot of things. Now, because all of those combos and enders are very generic, and it's mostly just, you know, mixtures of palms and forward medium kicks, sometimes a far fierce into whatever, situations that you end up doing like forward fierce into dash punch or forward fierce into like far fierce into shoulder, they're few and far between against this character. So having a good grasp of like how to actually get your dash punches to work properly for your proper ender on him is very important. So like when talking about resets as an example, you have a lot of different ways that you can get into your dash punch. And most of them are going to be off of as you can see there, if you are too close to your opponent when you go for your dash punch, you'll actually go under him still. And same thing there with a far fierce, you actually have to be really far away when you do it. So Ideally, you want to be taking a step back before your choice of ender, and then going for the dash punch. Ideally, you want 1 or 2 hits of the whatever to hit. But this is also why on reset situations, it's a lot easier to get double shoulder things. Or a single shoulder into forward fierce dash punch than it is to get the dash punch stuff. But anything that ends in a close standing medium kick or a forward fierce or a close standing medium punch, I should say. A forward medium kick or a close standing medium punch. Allow you to do the Makoto ender, basically, except instead of crouching medium punch into up kicks, you're doing stand fierce again, like you would against Urien, or not Urien, like you would do against Alex or Dudley. But Kara standing medium kick is not viable against those characters in a lot of situations because you have to medium shoulder in order to get your side swap. So when you're doing your resets, you have all of the different options. You have the dash punch into universal overhead. You have the far stand medium kick into whatever. You have the shoulder into jump medium kick. You have jump medium kick off of a close stand medium kick. Pretty much any button that you could possibly think of, you can jump medium kick against this dude. So you also have the crouching medium kick, or sorry, heavy kick. Now, in order to get this to work against Hugo consistently, it has to be done off of like 2 hits and not 3. Because if you do 3, then you have to carry the crouching heavy kick in a lot of cases, unless you do it incredibly slow. Oops. So you can do it slow just like you could against the Shotos and stuff and have it work, but as far as consistency goes, just doing 2 is the best. Now, it is very ambiguous as to what side you'll actually hit the opponent on, but because of SPD and because of SA1 and SA3, this reset is not ideal unless they have little meter or you feel like you have a good enough read on your opponent that they're not going to spend it. SPD can deal with some things, and unless you're doing meaties that will actually hit him, like standing heavy punch or something after the reset. So that wasn't slow enough. Again, wasn't slow enough. So this is why I suggest just doing 2. But you can see there, resetting off of 2 and jumping forward with heavy dive kick is not going to work on him in order to cross up. In order to cross up, you actually need to jump forward and heavy dive kick against him. Super jump forward, sorry. And if you don't do it at the correct timing, you'll never cross up. It'll always go in front. So it's a little bit harder to do this reset in general against him. So I suggest just going for the other 2 resets. As far as Zen Potential resets go, you do have your main options. You have the jump light kick into forward fierce, and then you should also have the jump medium punch into forward fierce. But depending on the distancing, you might not be able to get it consistently. As you can see, if you try to walk under with forward fierce, you end up just getting the standing heavy punch a lot off of the medium punch reset. So now let's talk about resets as far as like some optimal choices as an example. So let's say you do the crouch medium punch, heavy punch, shoulder, dash punch reset, right? Like UOH reset. That's an example of one combo. So it would be crouching medium punch, heavy punch, shoulder, medium punch, dash punch, universal overhead, standing medium punch, medium kick, delay forward medium kick, walk forward, standing medium punch, Kara stand medium kick, and then the walk forward light punch shoulder ender. So let's say you're doing like Daipon loop, right, on your opponent. So for this one, it's 5 Daipons, forward fierce, Kara standing medium kick. And then you have close stand medium punch into forward medium kick, and then Kara standing medium kick. You can also get the forward fierce dash punch universal overhead, and the situation is very similar. So you get all of your damage off of your Daipon loop, and then you get a reset. So you can do that reset as well. Oops, didn't get the double hit that I wanted. So unless you're far enough away off of the forward medium kick, it's sometimes a little difficult to get the Kara standing medium kick. I forgot to walk forward. So again, taking a step back before doing your Kara standing medium punch, or standing medium kick, I should say, is another important thing to do against Hugo in some situations. So those are just a couple examples. There are a lot of different things that you can do, and it's pretty much equivalent to every other situation that you can get. I have multiple videos on all of these different resets and some of the different combos that you can do, as well as the different enders and stuff. So any combo that you have seen in the past, or any freestyle Geneijin combo that ends with a Kara standing medium kick, whether it's normally for a KO ender or a Makoto or a Urian combo, then those same things will work on Hugo. Just sometimes the spacing on the Kara standing medium kick is a little bit difficult. So I was wrong, and it's not 5 Daipons, it's 4. And the reason for that is because you need the timing to do the forward medium kick into whatever afterward. And making sure that you walk forward enough off of this is like the most important part. Otherwise, your close standing medium punch will never connect. You can also do basic enders like this, and the Kara standing, or the Kara dash punch sometimes will not connect off of the double shoulder. We'll do one more attempt at this. So the standing medium punch is connecting because I'm too close. So you actually have to take a step back, like I was saying before. Oops. Or you can just do another standing medium punch instead, which might be the more optimal choice. Or you can do far stand heavy punch instead, or a close stand heavy punch I should say. There you go. Again, that's like 55% meter. Now, let's talk about Zen Potential. First we're going to talk about corner Zen Potential, and then we're going to talk about mid-screen Zen Potential. Let's make him guard everything, push him to the corner. Now, with 0 hits, you have a couple options. It's either going to be a medium punch, or a medium kick, up kicks, and a medium punch shoulder into a bunch of different things that you can do. So it's either going to be forward medium kick times 2 into palm, into dash punch, into your ender, or you can do a forward medium kick into a far stand medium punch for consistency. Sometimes you have to delay your medium punch shoulder against Hugo like you do against Urian, because sometimes it will continue to push them forward as opposed to knocking them back into the corner. So if you take a step forward like you do against Urian, you can get it just as consistently. So that's the combo that you should be going for, which is really easy. It's the Zempo, up kicks, shoulder, forward medium kick, palm, dash punch, shoulder, into whatever. Again, if you don't do it fast enough, you're not going to get enough hits of the dash punch to allow you to get the light punch shoulder part. Now, we have off of 1 to 2 hits for a medium kick, forward medium kick, light punch shoulder, medium punch shoulder, forward fierce, dash punch. The dash punch does connect off of this, it's just inconsistent. One more time. Oops. Needs to be a little bit higher on the screen with the forward fierce punch connects. So timing against Hugo is probably more important than any other character. Going for these enders is also another reason why I think the forward fierce as opposed to the dash punch is the most important part. So you can end up just cutting the dash punch if you really want to. But that's not the optimal choice off of 1 to 2 blocked hits. The optimal choice is going to end up being forward medium kick, far fierce, medium punch shoulder, or dash punch into the ender. So medium kick up kicks, medium punch shoulder, forward medium kick, do not move, far stand heavy punch, delay medium punch dash punch, light punch shoulder, forward fierce, and then Kara dash punch or standing heavy kick, or heavy punch. You also have another options, which is medium kick up kicks, medium punch shoulder, walk palm, right? And then you have heavy punch, or heavy kick up kicks off of this, into medium punch shoulder, into whatever you want. Oh, sorry. Close stand medium kick instead of just palm. Derp. So, in order to get this to work consistently, you have to walk before the medium punch shoulder. And sometimes, even doing so is going to just get you close standing heavy punch instead of forward fierce. So while this combo does work, it's most consistent to just do the far stand heavy punch, medium punch dash punch combo. For 3 to 4 hits, we have medium punch up kicks into medium punch shoulder, forward fierce into medium punch dash punch. Oops. You also have medium kick up kicks into medium punch shoulder palm, heavy dash punch, etc. This is probably the easiest one to remember, and it's also probably the most consistent. So, 4 blocked hits, medium kick up kicks, medium punch shoulder, palm, dash punch, ender. Now, 5 to 6 hits. For 5 to 6 hits exclusively, you have medium punch shoulder into forward fierce. You have basically the exact same combo, except no palm version. As you can see, I just mistimed the forward fierce, but this combo does indeed work. It just requires timing. So everything against Hugo needs to be done at very specific timing, otherwise it will not work. So you have to delay the forward forward heavy punch a lot. So this is relatively inconsistent, but you can do that ender as well, which is light punch shoulder into walk forward, crouch medium punch up kicks off of the dash punch if things don't go your way. So, I haven't spent a lot of time doing this combo, obviously. I just know that it works. And if you carry it like I just did, he'll go the opposite direction. And if you walk forward instead of delaying for the medium punch shoulder, then it doesn't work at all. So you actually just have to know the delay in order to get this to connect. And again, getting the forward heavy punch to connect can be a bitch. And if you walk forward too much, they go to the other side. If you take a step forward at all, I guess, they go to the other side. So if you take a step back, it's probably the easiest way to get your forward fierce to come out, but it also is the way to make sure that you might not have enough time. Just like that. Because if the longer you walk back, the less likely it is to work. So this is a very timing specific combo. as far as 5 to 6 hits exclusively, that one works. But the one that I would do, even off 5 to 6 hits, is this one. For medium kick, medium punch, shoulder, and then you get the ender. So this works off of 8 hits as well. So it works between 5 and 8. It gives you the exact same damage and meter regardless. Now, your only choice off of this for 9 to 10 hits for medium punch or medium kick into crouching medium punch up kicks, and then in a meter build. Now 11 to 14 hits, it's literally just medium punch shoulder, crouch medium punch up kicks in most cases. There are some situations where if you end up getting your recovery cancels to be that close, and you get the timing on your medium punch shoulder to be correct, you can end up getting another shoulder, but you have to react to the bounce. But most times this is just what you're going to want to do, because it gives you relatively good meter. You're guaranteed the 3 crouching medium punches off of this, so you're guaranteed your 55%-ish meter off of it. And Hugo is still basically cornered. You know, he's literally 1 step away from being cornered, and you're at the same distance that you want to be at for your wake up game against him, as you're far away enough that you can build meter and then run away. Now at 55%, you know, it doesn't take very long after jump heavy punches, jump heavy kicks, and crouching medium punches in order to get things to be your way. The only thing to note is that half screen, Hugo can hit you with far stand medium punch, just like Chun-Li can hit you with far stand heavy punch. Now, that's all the corner stuff. Let's talk about mid-screen stuff. Mid-screen stuff doesn't really change your combos all that much. Now, it also depends on the area at which your opponent is, or of which you're starting things. So, I'm going to reposition him again so that he is not under his side of the screen, so that he is here. Now, the middle of the window is exactly mid-screen, right? So I'm just going to raw activate. So for raw activation into 0 hits, you have medium punch shoulder, forward medium kick, forward fierce into dash punch, and then you have your ender. Sometimes if you walk too far for the light punch shoulder, it won't work. So how you actually have to do this is you have to delay your forward medium kicks. Forward medium kick, delay, forward medium kick, forward fierce, dash punch, medium punch shoulder, and then do it. So it's not light punch shoulder for that version. And then for the exact same situation, you have forward medium kick times 3, palm, dash punch, and then ender. So from mid-screen, 0, 1, 2, 3, palm, depending on the situation that you have in the middle of the screen. If you were to start this as 1, 2, 3, activate, it wouldn't work, because you're too far away for the palm. So in that case, if you were to start this as 1, 2, 3, you just do 4 medium kick times 3, far stand fierce, and then medium punch dash punch. medium punch shoulder, etc. It's pretty simple fix depending on the timing of things. Now for 1 to 2 hits, this also depends on spacing on the screen, but we're just going to do 1, 2, 3. So we have medium punch shoulder, forward medium kick, and then light punch shoulder, medium punch shoulder, and a forward fierce. Now, obviously, it can connect, but unlike the twins, you don't want to be that close if you can help it. So, in my opinion, just going for the forward fierce into crouching medium punches afterward is a better choice. Now, otherwise, you have medium punch or medium kick up kicks into medium punch shoulder, and a forward medium kick, forward fierce, heavy punch, dash punch into your ender. Wrong shoulder. So that one's light punch shoulder. You also have medium kick up kicks, forward medium kick times 2. And then heavy punch, dash punch, I believe. Oops. Oh yeah, it's forward fierce. So it's just forward medium kick times 2 into forward fierce. Heavy dash punch. For mid-screen, I forgot about the forward fierce. So, it does work. And if you don't delay your medium punch shoulder after your dash punch, you will get the situation that is coming up there for me. You can also just do medium punch, dash punch instead of heavy and get a more guaranteed variant of it, even if you want to do your medium punch shoulder. Now 3 to 4 hits. Walk for medium kick, walk fierce. Into medium punch shoulder. Now this doesn't work off of 1, 2, 3 in the mid screen. It only works off of crouching medium kick. If you were to do 1, 2, 3 into 3 or 4 hits, it has to be 3 hits in order for this to work off of 1, 2, 3. But it's inconsistent, which is why you have another one, which is forward medium kick. Medium kick up kicks into forward medium kick into medium punch shoulder times 3. And if you do it correctly, you will side swap 3 times into crouching medium punch up kicks. Now you might have to walk forward a step. I forget exactly. If you do the forward medium kick at the incorrect timing, it'll work like that. So if you wanted to do the medium punch shoulder there off of a forward medium kick, that is your choice as well. But you get 3 shoulders if you do the forward medium kick first. Again, everything with this fucking character is all timing based. So perfecting it is going to take a lot of time, which I have not put in yet. And if you walk forward for the forward medium kick too much, you won't get it either. You'll just go forward towards the corner. And if you get that, you have to be able to dash punch to pick them up. There we go. So, although that one's relatively inconsistent, there's not much you can do about it. And then you also have forward medium kick, light punch shoulder, medium punch shoulder, dash punch. That's probably the most consistent. You also have this one, which works at 3 to 4 hits as well, which is the most consistent one for me, but you have to do it very quickly. The forward medium kicks need to be almost instantaneous, and the forward heavy punch needs to be almost instantaneous off of those, as well as the dash punch. So you need to recovery cancel the forward medium kicks fast enough to allow you to get the proper dash punch timing. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to connect. And again, you have to delay your medium punch shoulder, otherwise it doesn't work. So as you can see there, this one is not going to work because I got far stand buttons. You need to get close stand buttons. And as you can see there, it works fine. So that's the one that I would go with off of 3 to 4 hits. 5 to 6 hits mid-screen. You still have the forward fierce one. But it needs to be timed properly. Otherwise, it doesn't work. I believe this one is only off of 5 hits, but that's okay. You can get that one as well, which is the forward fierce into forward medium kick, double shoulder, forward fierce, dash punch. Yeah, it's more consistent off of 5 as it is to 6. You also have to slightly delay your medium punch shoulder. Otherwise, it can be a little bit difficult to time. Those were fars. be, I believe, medium punch dash punch, not heavy punch dash punch. Wrong combo again. Like I was saying earlier, when I was doing the combo variant of this, or the corner variant of this, the timing on it is very difficult. So, the one that I prefer to do is this one. Forward medium kick, forward medium punch, forward fierce, far stand heavy. It works. Far stand heavy connects from like halfway across the screen. It's fucking stupid. So again, if you walk forward too much for this, you will not have this work. Now, 7 to 8 hits is the exact same thing. So between 5 and 6 to 7 and 8 is pretty much the same. And then 9 to 10 and 11 to 14 is exactly the same as the corner. So I'm not even going to showcase those again. So yeah, a couple other things about Hugo is that when you're cornered and the Hugo is really good at mixing things up, it's like 2 guesses and you're dead, pretty much. You have to really know how to guard jump, and you have to be able to know when your opponent is going to throw. It's much like playing against Chun-Li in the corner. You have to really think about your opponent's choices, what they've done, and what their options are, and how you normally react to things, to see if they pick up on that. Because he has bear grab, he has regular SPD, he has claps, he has close stand medium punch, he has backbreaker for jump reads, he has super, although it's not that good in a lot of cases. He has Tachigigas, he has option parry into whatever he wants. He just has a lot of choices, because he can go clap clap, he can go clap into bear grab, he can go clap into walk forward whatever he wants, he can go clap into sweep to build space. So ideally you don't want to be cornered. Pretty simple. Resets on him are a bit risky. He's a little bit harder to hit in some situations. So getting him to the corner and just getting the knockdown might be the best choice. Unless you're very consistent with getting the Karastan medium kick ender in the corner. So this pretty much covers Hugo. Up next will be Necro. He's very similar to Chun-Li and Makoto, with the exception of the fact that you can't standing medium kick him after a Zempo. So we will talk about him next, and I will see you next time.